Hi guys, in this video I'll show you some of my personal favorite books that no one talks about. I mean, they're underrated because I haven't seen these books going on, I don't know, Book Talk or on Instagram or on TikTok, and I'm just going to show you. They're just amazing, and they're perfect for a summer read if you want at the end of the summer. Because personally, I hate so much the list that we're given by school to read during summertime because they're just so boring, the books. And here in this video I'm just going to show you the best summer reads that no one ever talks about. They're gorgeous, these books, and I really recommend them to you. You should check them out because they're amazing. So let's start with first one that I've recently finished reading. It's amazing, this book. I adore it. It's called The Other Half of Augusta Hope, and the book is scrumptious. I couldn't put it down. I couldn't. It was amazing. I really recommend it with all my heart and soul. It's just such an amazing book, and I've never seen it online anywhere. I went to my bookstore and the library and I saw it there, and I just like it, like the summary on the back of the book, and I bought it. But I didn't see this book on Book Talk. It is just amazing, and I really recommend it to you. Probably like for ages 16 and up. It's a young adult read, but it's just lovely. It teaches you about life. It teaches you about, you know, how to enjoy this little sweet precious moments of your life. And I think every person should read this book because you have so many things to learn from this one. So like you're 16 and up, anyone can read this. It's just amazing. This book has like a very special place in my heart, and I just love it. Personal, it's one of my personal favorites. I can say. Okay, then the next one we got here. This is more like, it's not a children's book, but it's called When We Got Lost in Dreamland by Ross Welford. I have all the series of Ross Welford. I really like how this writer has its own personal writing style. I just love it. And this one, I do think it's also for adults. Of course, I think the author wrote it for children because it was in the children's section in the library, but personally, I think even an adult should read this because it's just so incredible. It's about two boys that they got like a machine and they can dream, and they really go to that place in their dreams that was called Dreamland. And after a time they get they're two brothers, and one gets lost and goes into real life, goes in a coma, but in his dreams he's lost, and then his brothers tries to rescue him, and there's a quote that I really love, and I think I have it here marked. I want to read it to you because it's just so inspirational, and I love this quote so much. It says, "Go to the edge of your dream and then go further." So you must read this book. I'm not going to give so much spoilers because I don't personally like giving spoilers as not receiving them. I really like to read and see, discover the plot myself. So that's why I'm going to let you do this. So I love this one so much. Perfect for a summer read, a late August summer read. Okay. The next one we have here, it's Below the Big Blue Sky. I haven't seen this book online, like promoted or something, so I'm just going to do it myself because I love it. It's by Anna McPartlin. And this is how it looks like. It teaches you the joy of life, because um, this it's about female, a rabbit Hayes, and she dies of cancer and of breast cancer, and her family tries to cope with all the grief that they feel, and she was like the glue that she made all the family stick together, and when she dies, they're like pieces of broken glass, and they try to learn how to live together because they both have something in common. They both loved her Rabbit Haze. This is also Anna McPartlin wrote The Last Days of Rabbit Haze. This is the second part, second book, Below the Big Blue Sky. I don't think there's like much of a connection between them, but of course it's the same story, but it's not mandatory to read the first book to understand the second one. But you can read the first book also. In the first book is called The Last Days of Rabbit Haze. It says here the best-selling author. And it's about how in the first book Rabbit Haze is still alive, and it says how she um, lives her last days on planet Earth, and then how she learns how to enjoy every single moment of her life that she has left. And I think it's very motivational for people nowadays, because we kind of forgot to really enjoy, and the small things that happen in our life, that they are so precious and you don't realize it until you don't have them anymore. And just so, this book, Chef Kiss, the best. I love it. I love it so much. So if you want something like a summary, you must watch until the end, because I'm just going to show you the best summaries ever. Then the next one, these are not thrillers. Personally, I love thrillers. Mystery thrillers, I'm such a big fan, but these were not that I showed you before. But now I've got two books that they are thrillers, and they are scrumptious, and I love them so much. And I haven't seen them either on, Book Talk. It's the first one, The Guest List and The Paris Apartment. They're amazing. I recommend them, by Lucy Foley, and they're not connected in any way. They're two separate stories. Okay, so we're going first with The Guest List. I'm going to present it a bit to you with no spoilers at all, because I don't like giving them. I like for you to discover it. Okay, so The Guest List is more like, if you love thrillers, I bet you read And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. And this one, I think it's something alike, because there are some people that are invited to go to an island, and there are some creepy things happening, and yeah, it's an invitation to die for. I mean, literally die for. Um, Here it says, a classic whodunit, thrilling and very clever. The main reason why I bought this book was because it says here very clever by Anthony Horowitz, and Anthony Horowitz is just such an amazing author, and I read his books and amazing. I've got them here. I've got here by Anthony Horowitz, Alex Rider. Very interesting series of books. They say it's for boys, but I don't personally think so. It's just so good. If you like adventures, it's not Alex Rider series by Anthony Horowitz. It's more like an invention of thrillers or mystery, but worth reading. It's like 10 books in the series, so I'm not mistaken, and also the Brother Diamonds that I personally love. Okay, so now we're going to talk about The Guest List by Lucy Foley. It's the #1 Sunday Times bestseller, if it matters to you in some way. And each guest has its own personal secret, and very intriguing. You won't put it down, I promise you this. You won't put this book down. So, must read if you like thrillers. And the next book, also by Lucy Foley, The Paris Apartment. This is also something like thrillers, very intriguing, very mysterious, very twisty, with lots of plot twists. So, you love it. You love it. I'm sure you will if you like thrillers. This is the #1 global best-selling author. So, this woman, she writes extremely good. I love her writing style, but I'd never seen her books promoted on any social media, and I was like, why? Because she writes such beautiful books, and yeah, very intriguing. This one, it's about brother who goes missing and his sister tries to solve the mystery, and there's this um more like blocks of apartments or flats, and each and every person that lives in apartments, they have something to hide. Very intriguing, and you'll see at the end everything is connected. This the guest list and the Paris apartment, I would recommend them for like 16 and up, because it's like young author reads, and they're not very suitable for children, so like more like teenagers or adults also. I love them so much, and you must read them if you love thrillers. I'm sure you won't be disappointed by them. If you also like Agatha Christie, these are the books for you. Okay. And if you are a Beatlemaniac like I am, because I couldn't stop, I just wanted to like mark this little bit in my video. I've recently bought this one. I'm so excited to start reading it. I haven't started yet, and I'm curious if you have any good reads, like you really good books that you want to share. I really would really like to hear them in the comments, and to read them also. And if you are a Beatlemaniac, as I've said before, this is the book for you. It's called The Beatles, the Only Ever Authorized Biography by Hunter Davis, and it looks like this. Look at Paul's face. I couldn't get enough. And look at Ringo. His smile is like, oh my god, I love this cover so much. I also have another two books here. Oh, nah. This one, The Beatles' Life and Music. It is so small and little. I didn't thought it would like it's 90 something pages, but it's very small. I commented it online, so that's why I thought it would be bigger, but it's not. But it's worth reading, though it was a bit expensive, if you ask me. It says all the Beatles history, but more like a short introduction. From the Quarrymen to Get Back, and but very short, very summarized. It's not very detailed, let's say, and yeah, it more explains like the Beatlemania, the records, how they got to the top, the weeks they got to the top. At the end, you also have a further information, Bill's vital information like their names, when they were born, their death, and we have discography here. The albums released, title, and UK chart position, weeks in chart, US chart position, and weeks in chart here. And also the lyrics by Paul McCartney that I finished 2 months ago, I think. So this one, I love this one so much. And if you see, that's why I love it so much. So it explains all the greatest hits by Paul McCartney, like Let It Be, how he wrote Let It Be, Band on the Run, all these masterpieces that this man wrote during the Beatles, Wings, and his solo career. It's just amazing. And I've also discovered some new songs that I didn't even know existed before by Paul McCartney, and I can't get enough of them. They're amazing. You also have the lyrics, you also have some pictures of him. Yeah, that they're just amazing. I don't know if I can find one to show it to you. You also have the handwriting print of one of his songs. This is Sgt. Pepper. Yeah, this 3 books I've got with Beatles that might be of interest to you. Oops. These 3 ones. This one I wouldn't really recommend because it's like the very basic stuff. I mean, if you're a young Bill fan that you recently became a Bill maniac, you might want to read it. But if you know the Bills like at a higher level, I would recommend these two books. Just look at them. I think you'll learn some interesting things from them. Okay, so next I've got here Lemon Snicket. I love Lemon Snicket so much. I love a series of unfortunate events. I have it here, like 13 books. Um, I won't show a series of unfortunate events in this video because in this video I want to talk about another series by Lemon Snicket, All the Wrong Questions. It's like before a series of unfortunate events. If you haven't read a series of unfortunate events, it's amazing. I recommend like I don't know, 10 is an up, but even an adult could read it because I've heard some people told me that Lemon Snicket is childish, like he writes books for children. No, 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 because he has such a writing style. I love it personally so much. I'm going to read the intro from All the Wrong Questions. From the first book, I'm going to read the intro, and you'll see he's amazing. And also, he teaches you a lot of interesting things if you only have ears to listen, or well, in this case, eyes to see and read. Um, you just have to open yourself to the book with your heart and your soul, and you have to truly understand it. It's just literally amazing. I love Lemon Snicket so much, as he's like my idol because I'm also a writer. I write at the moment a thriller book, and he's like my idol with his writing style. Amazing. You must read a series of unfortunate events if you haven't yet because it's so scrumptious. It's also a Netflix series with the same name. I love the series better than the movie. Also recommended to you with Neil Patrick Harris as the main actor. Um, and yeah, now we're going to talk about all the wrong questions that I'm telling you, they're not childish at all. I mean, even if you're a teenager, you might like them. It depends what readings you like, But I think there are some books that you might like. Okay, so the intro sounds like this from the first book. I've read the first book, I'm at the second one. It's 4 books in the series. They're connected, I'm telling you. And it goes like this. I'm going to read just the first sentence. And you'll see from the first sentence how such an amazing author Lemony Snicket is. So it goes like this. There was a town and there was a girl and there was a theft. It's amazing. And goes, I was living in the town and I was hired to investigate the theft, and I thought the girl had nothing to do with it. I was almost 13 and I was wrong. I was wrong about all of it. I should have asked the question, why would someone say something was stolen when it was never theirs to begin with? Instead, I asked the wrong question. 4 wrong questions, more or less. This is the account of the first. First is called Who Could Be at This Hour? Wrong question. Yeah. I'm in fact right now reading the second book in the series. Therefore, I haven't yet bought the fourth book. It looked like this, and they're a lively read. I mean, you can finish a book in like 1 week because Lemony makes reading so interesting, so interesting. I know that teenagers nowadays they just stopped reading and they don't like reading because they haven't actually discover the book that I love, or the style of books that I love, or the writer, the perfect writer for them. But I do hope that you will find, because this is such a blessing. Writers, they're a blessing for our old world, and books and poetry, and it's just amazing. It repairs your heart and soul, and yeah, it just they're amazing. That's why I want to become a writer myself. it is such a blessing. And I'm telling you, as Lemon Snicket said in A Series of Unfortunate Events, in every library there is one single book that can answer the fire that burns like a fire in one's mind. I memorized this. I have lots of quotes that I memorized from Lemon Snicket. It's such an amazing writer, and I'm telling you, it's not childish at all. And you will definitely like it. I'm sure of it. A Series of Unfortunate Events and All the Wrong Questions. Okay, so next, I think I have only one to talk about. This is, I think if you like, Holly Jackson with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I've talked about A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, A Good Girl, Bad Blood, and As Good as Dead, another video of mine. And also I have another video with the appearance of Rachel Price. All these books by Holly Jackson. If you love her, just check it out. It's in my channel. But now I'll show you Such Charming Liars. I can't tell you much about it because I haven't read it. If you have read it, just tell me how it made you feel in the comments. And by Karen McManus. I've first discovered her and then Holly Jackson. She's an amazing authoress. I personally idolize her. She's just amazing. Fake It Till You Make It Out Alive. And I've got here all the series of Karen McManus. Also, I've talked about them in another video. And I love how it looks like, and I'm so intrigued and want to see how it'll be this one. I'm just so curious. It says Kat and Liam are good at lying. They learn from the best. Intriguing. This is, you can stop if to read or you can Google it online. Search it online. So yeah, these are all the books that I wanted to show you for now in this video. I hope you liked it. Personal, if you want to start with some summaries, these are the best books for you. The other half of Augusta Hope and Below the Big Blue Sky makes you feel like kind of nostalgic and, you know, very light summer read, late August read. They're the best. And yeah, that would be all for today. I just hope you really liked this video because I enjoyed recording it, because I personally love books and I want to share my love with you for writing and for reading. So that's all for now, folks. We'll see you in another video.